Right, welcome back to the channel. Nice to have you back again. Today, what we're going to look at is something pretty cool, something I came across from the No More Mr. Nice Guy book. I'm going to talk about this is not part of the Nice Guy series, but this is something that kind of interested me. So, here's a question for you guys. How do you make decisions? How do you make decisions? Have you actually ever stopped and thought to yourself, hmm, how do I make decisions? And do I actually think they are right and in line with what I believe? So, a bit of context. While going through the integrity part of the book No More Mr. Nice Guy, I read about something that made me realize I actually don't make my own decisions. That was kind of like mind blowing. Um, I'm not making my own decisions. So, in this part of the book, Dr. Robert Glover talks about these two methods of making decisions, right? The two methods of making decisions. The first one is the committee approach, and then the other one is the ask yourself method, which is quite cool once we get into it. Um, so, just something to note: the committee method is fear based, right? Because you're trying to guess what everyone else would think of you, or what they think is right, what they want to do, and you're trying not to make anyone angry. You're not trying to rock the boat, right? The problem with using this method is it's the fastest way to cause confusion, fear, powerlessness, and dishonesty, right? Then you get to ask yourself, well, then you get the ask yourself method, right? You're this one, instead of trying to please everyone and trying to guess what they think is right, you know, just cut the process down the middle, straight down the middle, just cut it out. What do you think is right? And act on that, which is pretty cool. This will eliminate a lot of that confusion in your life that will disappear. Um, you will stop operating in a fear-based way, stop caring what people think, and you essentially you'll get your power back. You will get your life back. Get what you think is right. Be happy with yourself, um, because you'll be honest and you'll be doing what you feel is right. You won't feel that you need to hide anything. You need to hide who you are or anything like that. Pretty nice method, in my opinion, to do it. Sorry, I just need to fix this quickly. Yeah. Okay. So, you do what you feel is right. You don't need to hide it, right? Okay. The next thing, well, not the next thing, but a bit in the context one in my life, right? I have always used the committee approach or the committee method to make decisions. I'm always asking or checking how other people are responding to the options, to whatever the situation is, and then based on my assumptions of what, because you never really know what they want, I would make the decision, even if I didn't agree with it, even if I wasn't interested in it. For example, my friends back in the day liked to drink, and I never really liked to drink. I drank because everyone else drank, and that was what you did. I didn't want to be the odd one out. I would just go along with the decision and drink, get drunk, or they would go do some kind of activity I really wasn't interested in. For example, playing sports. Um, I'm not very interested in playing sports. Certain sports, yes, but generally I don't like playing sports. And then my friend group or people I grew up with, they love sports. So it would always be let's go play football, let's go play soccer, whatever you call it. Let's go play rugby. Let's go play golf. Let's go play golf. Okay, golf. Maybe I did enjoy golf quite a bit and rugby quite a bit. But anyway, um, it wasn't my thing. But I would go along or even watching sports. I do not like watching sports, but that's what everyone did. So I didn't relate to these things, but I did it so not to rock the boat. I used the committee approach or the committee method in my relationships as well, right? So my wife would ask, "What do you want for dinner?" And because I didn't want to choose something that she might not like, I would reply, "Whatever you want." And this generally, I think everyone understands where this leads. This causes a massive problem and confusion because she wants me to decide, and I'm trying to guess what she wants to eat. So my answers are vague and nothing that I truthfully want to eat. Right? I'm just trying to guess on what her foods are, what she feels like eating, instead of just being honest and saying like, okay, I would love to eat a steak. I would love to eat your what would you call it in English? I would love to eat your stir fried pork and rice. Um, you know, there's many, and then what happens is, even when she asked for my opinion or something, I would use this committee approach, or committee method, which then didn't feel genuine to her. It doesn't give her this like, oh, he really wants this, or he's just trying to please me. It's not this genuine like, oh, he really wants to eat this, or it's always like a kind of, you can tell what I'm doing. So yeah. So ask yourself. When you ask yourself, you cut out all the noise, right? All the noise, all the doubt, and okay, obviously when you start using it, you still have doubt. You still have this. You're scared to be responsible for the decisions. It's freaking scary. I agree. When the responsibility lands on you, it is scary. Oh, I gotta learn. Sorry, I gotta learn to look at the camera still. I'm focusing here on what I can see. Um, but yeah, it's scary when you have all the responsibility on you, whether that person's gonna like it or not like it or whatever. That all lands on you. It gets scary. I agree. In the beginning, it takes time to build up, like everything else. Um, do it with small things, but we'll get to that. So, so you got to. It's really freeing getting what you really want. And you're doing what you think is right. You're asking yourself, okay, what do I think is right? Do I think I want that this is correct? Is this in line with what I believe? And then you're committing to it. And this is a work in process. I still catch myself going back to the default committee method. Sorry. Sorry. Right. And you'll have to just keep correcting yourself as you go along. Once you realize, oh crap, I went back to this committee method, then you just backtrack a bit. It's like, okay, no, no, no. What do I really want? Okay, I've already committed to this, whatever. So then I will, if you've committed to it, do it. Whether you're okay, if you don't think it's right, then don't do it. But I mean, I think if it's food, you've committed to it, go for it. Right. Another example, going back to the dinner one, I still fail this one most of the time. I still get it right, not all the time, but I still fail it quite a bit. And the number will keep going up. I get asked, "What do you want for dinner?" a lot of the time. I will say, "What is that I want?" I say again, for example, if I want to eat the stir fry, if I want to eat grilled meat or a braai or what you call a barbecue, I state it more and more now because I ask myself, okay, what do I want to eat? I have another problem that I have to deal with now. So I've got this one sort of under control. Problem is when both of us actually have no idea what to eat. Now we're gonna try to figure out that one. This spills. This spills over to every aspect of your life. You'll start asking yourself, what do you think is right? And you'll act on it or you'll state it. And this, you start taking control and you start steering the direction of your life. I'm trying to think of the YouTube channel, Unplugged Alpha. He has great metaphor. Um, you know, you are a ship and people are anchors. Well, depending on what it is, but you got sails and anchors. You want sails, you don't want anchors. So you get back the control of your life. You get rid of these anchors in your life, and then you start sailing to where you want to go, because you're in control of your life now. Then that is a freeing thing to realize. Like, holy crap, I am in control of my own life. The decisions I make have consequences, and the decisions I make can lead me to where I want to go. Which I think I'll do another video on this later. And some cool things that I'm learning at the moment. So this is just a starting point. Obviously there's more to add, how to make decisions in your life, but I think the first step, the step I'm working on at the moment is, I believe, is switching from the committee method to the ask yourself. From there, you can start looking at more advanced decision making methods that are out there, and like the Uru thing, and there's a lot of them. But there's plenty out there. But I think what happens is, first start with ask yourself first, and then you can progress from there. I think that is key. Just switch to the ask yourself. Once you're comfortable with the ask yourself, you can start looking at the other methods, in my opinion. Remember, that's it for now. Well, remember, life's a game, and it's time you start leveling up. Cheers.